So this is definitely a weird video format for me. I'll explain everything in a minute, but I wanted to do a video for the SVS Black Friday sale. It took me by surprise, and long story short, that's why I'm doing the video in my truck. And I found out the sale was already released. Sorry about that. But at least you have something to look at, right? A little bit different than my usual videos. I'm going to cover the SVS sale, and I'm going to go into a few other things and how I got to shooting this video here rather than back at the house where it makes more sense. But one of the biggest things about this sale, it's big. There's a lot of things that are on sale. There's Prime Towers, Pinnacle Towers, some bookshelves and stuff like that. Lots of different subwoofers, but there's only two that are really on my radar. Everyone knows that because of my post-concussion syndrome, I can only tolerate ported, at least so far. I'm exploring that. But the PB4000 and the PB2000 Pro are both on sale, and that's not normal. This is new product. They usually don't put those on sale. That makes this sale really, really unique because it's covering a lot of different products. To me, the real star of the whole entire thing is the PB2000 Pro. I've talked about why I like that subwoofer so much, but basically it is like the old PB12 Plus. It's premium bass rather than the old PB2000 original. It went deep and it had that explosiveness, where premium bass is really that extra explosiveness, more realism. That's really what you get when you go up the line within SVS subwoofers, is you get more explosiveness and more realism. And so the PB4000 is definitely a step up from the PB2000, but I'm not as quick to recommend the PB4000 because I think the PB3000, even with the PB4000 being on sale, I think the PB3000 is still a better value proposition because that PB3000 is almost exactly the same in terms of explosiveness as a PB4000. So if you were to do the one-year trade-up and go from the PB3000 to the PB4000, you might not notice the difference. Now, if you like the way it looks, you like the piano gloss, you like the front display, it's a beautiful sub. The PB4000 is awesome, and the PB3000 I think only still comes in black ash. So if it's a appearance thing, totally. When it comes to actual performance, I think if you're at the PB3000, it makes more sense to go from that to the dual PB16 Ultras, and I should have started with that. All of the SVS subs are now trickled down from the PB16 Ultra in terms of the amplifier technology and things like that. That's what makes the PB2000 Pro so much better than the original. And the PB1000s are basically like the PB2000 originals. Everything just did a step up. Hey, nice signal. My advice would be, if you're at the PB3000 and you want to upgrade, I would go straight to the PB16 Ultra. You're going to notice the difference. There's no question there. That's why I'm a little hesitant on the PB4000, but it's a great subwoofer. I don't mean to cast any shade. They made the PB3000 so good, and they actually had people, hey, are we sure we want to do this, when they first made it, because it was so impressive. You can see my reviews. Now, for those of you that know, I've post-concussion syndrome, and it really limits what I can do. And it limits my energy, which is why I'm shooting this in my car. Was either shoot it in my car or not make a Black Friday video at all for SVS, and I wanted to, because I've been an SVS affiliate since the affiliate program was started. I asked them to start it for me. And the thing is I would love to open a store and have home theater products that I love and I can comfortably recommend. I just can't do it because of my energy. That's why I asked them to start the affiliate program, because I wanted to be able to somehow fund doing my YouTube channel. I haven't been making content the way I should be making content for a long time because I had some personal issues in life, and it really just took it out of me. I had so many things happen. And it's not an excuse, it's just where I went, right? And that's why I built this channel the way I did, because I needed something where it could still be up when I'm not working. And so that's why I did it this way. But what I discovered, and you'd think I'd know it from being an affiliate for so long, not just for SVS, but for Amazon, all these other companies, it's last click attribution. A lot of you have been really awesome. You've been following my links and actually purchasing stuff, and I get a small commission on it, right? What I didn't know is that when you follow my link and then you go to someone else's content and follow with their link overrides my link. I had like triple or quadruple the number of people following my links, right, in the last year, but my income dropped by 90%, which that doesn't make sense. It should have gone up by 2 or 3 times. I mean, I zeroed out. You've been awesome. You've been following my links, and it just, someone else captures that commission. And I'm being real forthcoming with you on how all this stuff works, because I mean, we're adults. I have to pay the bills, and if I can't get things fixed, I'm gonna have to walk away from my channel completely, and I don't want to do that. At a certain point, I can't even afford to pay for my website hosting, not with $25 in 3 months. It's either I fix this and get this straightened out, or I have to walk away from the channel and stop making content altogether, because I can't justify doing it. I've already got limited energy as it is. So I just want to let you know that if you're trying to do me a solid and follow my affiliate links, and so many of you have been doing, and I know you've been trying to help me out, it just ends up going to somebody else. And I'm not mad at anybody else for doing it. I didn't know that's how it worked, and I'm like, why is everything disappearing? It's been hitting me hard recently because everything's just evaporated. It's not that people aren't following my links, it's just someone else ends up capturing the commission. I need to fix it. I'm just letting you know how it works, so that if you're trying to do me a solid, it'll actually have an effect. I'm just being straightforward with you on everything. If I had a home theater store or business, I'll be frank with you, I would recommend SVS subwoofers, the ported subwoofers, over everything. It's not because it's a revenue thing. It is just because I know how it's going to perform. I know what it's going to do. I've listened to all of them. It's phenomenal bass, and a lot of people try and copy what they do. It gets close sometimes. And sometimes they're trying to do so much, trying to surpass SVS, that they make mistakes in the tuning, and it's just like, I see what you're trying to do there, but you still didn't get the right sound. The thing is honestly, my value doesn't come from promoting subs or anything like that. Anyone can do that. My value, I've come to realize, is in the tuning. And I have considered actually doing some virtual consulting, perhaps some home theater audits and stuff like that. As far as like going to people's homes, I couldn't manage that. And even doing the consulting, I couldn't do a lot of it. It would take it out of me. Even when I set up my own system, it takes me 3-4 hours. Usually all it is for me is just changing out subs. I go through room correction and all that stuff. It takes several days to recover. It's consulted with me, but you have it all in one call. You don't have to go through a home theater school on my channel to figure it all out. I could just tell someone over the phone, set the setting to this, set the setting to that, do it this way, do it that way, take this out, put this in. If I'm going to do that, it's only going to be if that person has dual matching ported SVS subs. Why? Because I know how it's going to respond, and I know how to maximize those subs and make it sound phenomenal. I want them to be thrilled that they got on the phone with me and went through their system and had it optimized through everything I do. That's why it will be a requirement, a couple of requirements. Number one, you have a high-end room correction, so either Odyssey XT32 or something of that caliber, and then that you have dual ported SVS subs. Those are my 2 main requirements. Everything else I can work around probably, but that would be how I would structure that. Now, I don't even know if I can do this, honestly. It doesn't take much to knock me out and just take it out of me. But that's the reason I'm so favorable towards SVS products. And not all of them. You notice I said ported, not sealed. Their sealed subs are way more popular than their ported subs. Like 2 to 1. So it would be more advantageous for me from a financial aspect to recommend their sealed subs because more people buy them. But that's not, it's not how I work. I work on what's the performance like? What is the characteristics, and can I maximize it and have it sound outstanding, and listen to the motorhome project. And they were like, we were expecting like just a bunch of stuff shoehorned into an RV. We weren't expecting this. It sounded different than they'd heard their own product sound. Things like that I talk about.
And you didn't have to get loud at all. I mean, if you look at where we play whenever we do our demo content, we're probably 5 times louder than what you were playing here. And the setup is fantastic. The way all this comes together, the mixing of the Prime and the Ultra really showcases the timbre matching and everything that we do on the product. But the way you've put the system together, it's really cool.
I mean, a part of me kind of expected it to be like MacGyvered together, but it feels like you're in a home theater. You generally get that sense of comfort and like being immersed, like not like, you know, you're in a mobile vehicle that, you know, sort of you just crammed a bunch of audio gear into. It very much has the sort of attention to detail that you would expect from a home theater.
Yeah. But if the guys from SVS were a little taken aback, that tells me I do something a little different than most people. And I do. I'm outside the box. I break the rules. I don't care about the book. And I throw the book out the window and I go with what works by experimenting and figuring things out. So that's what's been going on with me. My revenue has gone away completely. And if I can't get this commission thing figured out, I'll pretty much have to do the consulting thing or just walk away and put my efforts elsewhere, which I don't want to do. I love what I've done on this channel. I love the responses I get. I had someone tell me, yeah, I've paid, I don't know, somewhere upwards of $1,500, maybe $2,000, maybe even $3,000. I don't remember what it was, but they're like, I just paid someone to do this and it still wasn't right. And I watch your video and fix it in 5 minutes. Thank you. And so again, that's where I think my real value is. And maybe I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. But I've had a lot of people request to do phone calls and consulting. I've never done it professionally. So, but it's something I'm considering. I'm just letting my audience know, like, this is where I'm at. This is why I've done everything the way I've done it. And I'll be honest, all of this stuff that happened with my revenue just disappearing, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, what's going on? And I'm thinking, I'm gonna have to walk away from this. And I think what it's done unintentionally, or you'd think it'd do the opposite, it's fired me up. It's fired me up. I want to really do something good with my channel. I want to really improve and get back to where I was before and better. I want to do better than that. When I say, hey, appreciate you follow my affiliate links, it's so I can support myself on YouTube. Because if I can't support myself on YouTube or on my website, I can't keep doing what I'm doing. Just my website costs have been close to $1,000 a year. And at $25 a month, I can't pay for that. Or $25 every 3 months. So I have to take action. And I've shot this video 3 times already, and it was during a flare-up. I was having a really bad time. You could hear it in my voice. Today I'm not having it, and I just had this opportunity. I'm like, why not shoot it? Why not? Maybe it'll flop, maybe it'll be good. But I'm feeling good now. When I shot that video, I could not believe how bad I sounded. And I know how I sound, but it's still another thing when you actually hear yourself and you're like, oh man, it was cringeworthy. So it really is limiting. It sucks. It's permanent. Nothing's gonna fix it. And I've had doctors tell me that. It's not just me being a bummer. It's just the truth of it. I have to deal with what I have, and I have to deal with my situation, and I have to adapt. That's what everyone does. Anyone's successful. Sorry for the long video. I meant this to be really short. I really appreciate all the support, all the encouragement, and everything like that. I know that so many of you are following my links. I know so many of you are trying to do a solid. It's humbling. It really is. It's humbling to be in my situation and have that be the case and just have such strong support. But I think it's important for my audience to know that that support's going nowhere. And it's not your intention for that. I know that. I didn't know about the whole last click attribution thing. You can follow my links all day, but if you end up following someone else's last, the revenue goes to somebody else. Which, again, I'm not mad about, but it's just gotten to a point of being unsustainable. I just want to say I appreciate it. I've had so many of you stick by me. I am almost at 25,000 subscribers. I want to get to 100,000 and above. I want to produce better content. It'll probably get to a point where, in order to do everything I want to do, I may have to hire somebody. I'm being real straightforward about how things work, what I'm trying to do, and what I'm not trying to do. It's not just about the revenue, it's about what works. What is going to be the best thing for my viewers? What is going to be the best thing for people who are trying to improve their home theater? And that's what's led me the entire way, not just money. Because if I was trying to do that, my channel would look a lot different. I'm not sponsored or anything like that, but yeah, I do recommend SVS a lot because I can, because I'm confident in it. If you've been a subscriber for a long time, check to see if you're still subscribed. You might not be. Thanks so much for watching, and please subscribe.
Usually SVS starts their Black Friday sale the week of the Thanksgiving, because usually SVS starts their Black Friday sale the week of Thanksgiving, and I wouldn't have even known about it if it weren't for other issues I was addressing.